Baldur's Gate 3 director says he wants his next game out within 5 years. Larian Studios' next game may not arrive until around 2029, according to the company's CEO, Swen Vincke. Vincke later clarified this comment, saying that it would be ready when it's ready and fans shouldn't hold the studio to a specific release window. Baldur's Gate 3 took 6 years to develop, with 3 of those years spent in early access. When asked about the core tenets of Larian's approach to game development and elements he'd like to take forward after Baldur's Gate 3, Vincke said, "Something that you would be proud to show your friends, and something that you would want to play. That's the core. If that's there, we'll be fine. These are very talented and skilled people, so if you give them freedom and trust them to do their best, you can't go wrong." After the huge success of Baldur's Gate 3 last year, many expected that developer Larian Studios would continue to work with the Dungeons & Dragons license and do a sequel, or at least some downloadable content. Surprisingly, the opposite happened, as Larian decided to walk away and vow never to work on a licensed game again, later confirming that they are developing 2 new titles of their own. Larian still hasn't said exactly what those projects are, but CEO Swen Vincke has revealed that they're a long way off. Considering that Baldur's Gate 3 took a total of 6 years to develop, with the latter 3 years spent in early access, Vincke may not have been too far off when he joked about Larian's next game coming in 2029. With that said, Larian taking only 3 years to get Baldur's Gate 3 to a playable early access state is impressive. If the studio's next game actually is 5 or 6 years away, there's a chance fans may be able to go hands-on with it sooner than 2029 or 2030. Furthermore, Larian's recent opening of its latest studio in Warsaw, Poland may help shrink the wait time for its next game by a small amount. While accepting the Special Recognition Award at SEA Game Awards in Malaysia this week, Vincke said he hoped that their next game comes out in the next 5 years. "We need to work hard on the next game, so we can be back here in 5 years, he said on stage, according to IGN. Vincke then backtracked when he told the publication, "It was just a joke. I don't know. We'll release it when it's ready. They're big games and it takes time, so don't hold us to a date. We make very large games," observed Vincke, explaining how the global teams work together for more efficient development. An easy example to understand is testing the game. Our KL team can give the game to Europe at the end of their workday, and then Europe can give it to North America, and then they can give it back to KL, and that way we can test Baldur's Gate 3 in a week, whereas usually we would need a month to test it. It doesn't work for every element, but it works for quite a lot of things. Vincke chose Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia as the location for Larian's Asia studio after he was impressed by the city's large English-speaking talent pool. "There was also a very vibrant art and animation industry here, so we thought there was a grounds to build from," he said. The studio in KL owns quite a lot of the game. Dark Urge was made in Malaysia, and the lead scripter for House of Hope was here too. "One of our team members told me yesterday that she used to feel she was just an outsourcer, but now she feels like a game developer, so a shift has happened in their heads, which is nice to see." If he was being at least halfway accurate, though, that means a release around 2028 or 2029. As for what Larian Studios is working on specifically, Vincke has already confirmed that the studio is moving on from Baldur's Gate. The studio has more than one project in the works, with one of them confirmed to be a brand new IP. Larian fans will likely have to wait several years to find out exactly what the renowned studio has up its sleeve for players next. As for fans hoping for Baldur's Gate 4, that wait could be even longer as the project is seemingly still without a developer.